One of the more difficult specialist gear challenges in Black Ops 3 is Outrider's Hornet Head. Rapidly kill 2 enemies who have been tagged by your vision pulse 2 times. Now just by reading this challenge, you'd assume it'd be easy, given the fact that vision pulse essentially allows you to see through walls and locate any nearby enemies. How could getting a double kill with it be difficult? As it turns out, there's a lot of weirdness going on with this challenge. Even after researching it for quite some time now, I'm still confused by a few aspects of how it works. My goal in this video is to do 3 things. To explain exactly what needs to be done to earn a notch for this challenge, to give you an easy method to achieve double kills using Vision Pulse, and also to briefly cover Outrider's hero helmet. So first, let's discuss Vision Pulse and its mechanics. Vision Pulse sends out a seeking wave in a sphere around you, locating all hostile players, causing them to become temporarily visible through walls and on the minimap. If several enemies surround you, you'll likely not be able to see them all, despite glowing red. For this reason, a ping noise is also made when an enemy is tagged. Listen here as I tag 5 enemies at once. Keep in mind that when it's activated, this pulse shows up on the enemy minimap as well. And you know one of those raving lunatic red dot seekers that constantly stare down their minimap will likely be alert enough to know exactly where you are should you use your vision pulse. If you do tag an enemy, their character will glow red while they're pinged. A veteran player will likely stop in their tracks, backpedal, and nope the F out of there. A newbie boobie, on the other hand, will likely assume he's just turned Super Saiyan God and rush right at you, anxious to die. On the map H.I.V.E, I was testing just how far the vision pulse wave actually extends. This picture is a somewhat decent representation. My circle may not be perfect, but you can get the gist of just how far it extends. In fact, it takes up almost half the map. So in total, the pulse extends for about 4.9 seconds, which means if you get tagged instantly, you'll glow red for almost a full 5 seconds. I should also note that the vision pulse gives a hater-like effect, meaning that for the duration that you're tagged, you're actively shown on the minimap. You can use the vision pulse in a variety of creative ways, such as guarding a care package. As the package drops, shoot out a vision pulse and see if the coast is really clear or not. It can be handy in objective game modes as well, such as if you're capping a domination flag alone and you want to check if any enemies are approaching. Or an uplink, for example, right before you grab the ball to know which way you should go. But my favorite usage is to locate those festering taints that are camping their dicks off in a secluded corner. So despite not lasting very long at all, it's a powerful tool for evaluating a situation. There's 2 things that can somewhat counter a vision pulse. First of all, I should note that the ghost perk does nothing against it. You'll still ping and turn red if tagged by the pulse. If you saw my short circuit challenge video, you'll know that EMP grenades can definitely counter the vision pulse. If you see the red pulse on your minimap, chuck an EMP grenade in that direction. If you hit the pulsar, they'll lose all tagged enemies as well as any duration the pulse had left. The power core does the same thing, but do take note that if you have the hardwired perk on, you won't suffer any of these effects. The other counter is Spectre's active camo. While it's true that initial pulse can temporarily reveal him, it's just for a brief second and then he goes back to invisible. He also will not be shown live on the minimap like a normal tagged player would. So now let's talk about what needs to be done in order to register a notch towards a vision pulse challenge. In order to get credit, you must receive the tag and bag medal notification. And many people believe that this part is glitched. And it very well could be, but I think some people just don't understand what's required here. I ran more tests than I care to share. But in doing so, I concluded that you have 4.067 seconds or less to get a tag and bag medal. However, with that said, there are some stipulations. For example, you cannot kill an enemy before he is tagged. Watch here as I do just that. He dies before the pulse hits him and I am not rewarded with a tag and bag medal. He must be in the process of turning red or completely red. But you can also be too late as well. Remember that I said the pulse can last up to 4.9 seconds. This is the clip I used to determine the time frame for getting the medals. I tag 2 people with the pulse and then I go to take them out. Upon killing the first guy, who is still glowing red, it was at 4.067 seconds. And I was not rewarded a medal for this. You can also see the next guy is still actively glowing red, and he too does not reward me with a medal. In another clip, I killed someone at 3.917 seconds and it did reward me, which means that the exact time frame is somewhere between 3.917 seconds and 4.067 seconds. So basically, you have 4 seconds or less once activating the ability, provided the enemy is fully tagged, to earn a tag and bag medal. I did want to note one quick thing here. If an enemy freshly spawns in the midst of your vision pulse, they will not glow red. but the ping noises still hurt. Killing these guys will reward you with a tag and bag medal, despite them not glowing red. And that's the only exception to the rule. It doesn't happen often, but I thought I'd throw it out there just in case anyone else experiences it. I've heard several rumors out there that you have to wait until your pulse extends all the way out and then kill a tagged enemy, or that you have to wait until all the pings are done first. These seem to be nothing more than rumors though. Watch here as I kill this guy instantly after he turns red, in 1.033 seconds after activating the pulse. As you can see on the minimap, the pulse is nowhere near done extending, yet I clearly received a tag and bag medal. So don't trust everything you read unless you visually see proof. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, there's still some weirdness happening here. Every once in a while, even after meeting all the criteria, you receive no tag and bag medal. As you can see here, I let this guy get fully tagged and then I kill him at 1.967 seconds, well within the 4-second range, yet no medal is rewarded. This happened to me maybe 1 or 2 times out of possibly 200 or more vision pulses. Very rare, but again, it does happen. So now that we know how to get a tag and bag medal, we need to apply this to the challenge at hand for the Hornet Head. We need 2 rapid kills after vision pulsing 2 times. Unfortunately, this part is where it gets extremely hairy, and I now know the reasoning why a majority of you cannot get past this challenge. Getting a double kill with vision pulse active is easy. However, getting a double kill with vision pulse active to register? Not so easy. Luckily, I have the perfect strategy that will 100% guarantee a notch towards the double kill challenge, provided you can pull it off. But before I show you the tactic, let me show you what you have to look for. There's 3 scenarios that can occur when going for the vision pulse double kills. You can kill 2 people that are pulsed and only get 1 tag and bag medal, which clearly doesn't count. You can kill 2 people that are pulsed and get 2 separate tag and bag medals, which again doesn't count. Or you can kill 2 people that are pulsed and get a ×2 tag and bag medal, which does count. In all 3 of these scenarios, you're rewarded with an actual double kill medal. But again, only when you see the tag and bag medal ×2 does it register towards the challenge. So how fast do you have to get a double kill to make it say ×2 and not give you 2 separate medals? And the answer? God only knows. Seriously, I must have spent at least 5 hours studying this and I could not come to any conclusion. I'll post my results here and hopefully one of you mathematicians out there can find an answer. But there seems to be no rhyme or reason whatsoever based on the times. What I did was time from the moment I activated the vision pulse, noting the time the first kill began to appear in the kill feed, and then stopping at the time the second kill first began to show in the kill feed. And take note, this is when using guns. Based on all the clips I reviewed, it appears that if you earn additional medals other than the tag and bag ones, they can interfere and muck up the challenge. For instance, here I get a merciless medal that pops up in between my tag and bag ones. So instead of getting the ×2 tag and bag medal, I got 2 separate ones. And the same thing happens here. The Kingslayer medal pops up between and splits up my tag and bag medals. And again, this does not count as a double kill, despite getting 2 separate tag and bag medals. I did find a method that seems to always guarantee the ×2 medal pops up, rather than the 2 separate tag and bag medals. And the strategy involves my good friend, the C4 sandwich. In all my testing, not once did a C4 that killed 2 or more people pop up as separate tag and bag medals. If you get 2 tag kills with the C4, it will always give you the ×2 tag and bag medal, which means it will always count towards this challenge. So how do we pull this off? Luckily, it's very easy. You need to play domination. You can run either 1 C4 or 2. I found that 1 will suffice though. What you need to do is take advantage of the spawn flipping mechanics. Once your team has control of a flag, like the initial one at the start of the game, place 1 or 2 C4s on the flag, preferably on the outer ring of the flag itself. Despite C4s being nerfed into oblivion, most people don't run them. And as such, a lot of people don't recognize the warning signs that a bomb is about to blow their wang off. Even with the engineer perk, I've completely missed the little packages on the ground as they blend in nicely. And if you get them right on the outer ring of the flag, they'll be nearly invisible. And they'll still have a large enough blast radius to kill every non-flak jacket user. So once you've placed your C4, go to the back of the spawn and lay down. Try to find a bush or some sort of cover to obscure you. Remember that your vision pulse extends quite the distance, but the faster you can pulse the flag, the better. You then just have to wait for the spawns to flip and the enemy to capture the flag. When you're alerted that your C4 is being triggered, use your vision pulse, let it tag them, and then double tap the square button. Provided there were 2 or more enemies present without flak jacket, you'll get the ×2 tag and bag medal. You can play hardcore domination to almost ensure a kill, as many people don't run flak jacket in hardcore at all. Now you can do this solo or in a party. It's much easier in a party, but I did it myself solo without an issue. With a party, you can simply tell your teammates to go flip the spawns. But with randoms, you'll likely have to wait it out for a bit, until they get completely overran or they attempt to flip the spawn on their own. If for some reason you can't get this method to work no matter how many times you try it, you can always try to play hardcore free-for-all or hardcore team deathmatch. The lower time to kill of hardcore makes achieving double kills easier than ever. The reason I mentioned free-for-all or team deathmatch is due to the specialist charge time bonus these two modes receive. As you can see here, with overclock, you can get the vision pulse every 3 minutes, and that's with no kills at all. With kills, based on my own gameplay, it seems to be about every 5 or 6 kills. I've went from a completely empty meter to a new vision pulse in 30-some seconds. A decent player should average 5 or 6 vision pulses in a game of free-for-all or TDM, which gives you ample opportunities for double kills, or the 4 vision pulse required kills for the hero armor. Lastly, you can also try ground war. For ideal double kill scenarios, safeguard ground war. When the beginning of a safeguard round starts, or when the end of a round draws near, you'd better believe you're going to find enemies clustered up and ripe for the pulsing. More often than not, too many people ping, and you frantically have to scramble and decide which ones to target first. Using a stealth setup, such as dead silence, a suppressor, and ghost, can make flanking towards the end of the round relatively easy. Most objective players will be focused on stopping the incoming robot, leaving their flanks wide open. Simply sneak up from behind, use the vision pulse, and then lay waste to as many tagged enemies that you can see. To further assist you, I recommend running the UAV and the counter UAV. I realize both of these get taken out almost instantly, but if you save them until right before you plan to use your vision pulse, it can help immensely. By deploying a counter UAV and then initiating your own vision pulse, you basically counter one of the few weaknesses to vision pulse, in that you won't show up on the radar due to it being scrambled. The UAV can also aid you in knowing when to use your vision pulse. By briefly getting a glimpse of the enemy, you can get a few steps closer to ensure your best chances for a double kill. And by the way, all of these tips also apply for the hero armor. Getting 4 vision pulses in a single match 4 times is a lot easier than getting 2 double kills. Just remember that you have 4 seconds or less and the enemy has to be pinged red, and you should be good to go. I used the exact same class setup for the Hornet Head, the Hero Head, as well as my C4 tactic. My weapon of choice was the Razorback with Quick Draw and 1 C4. For perks, you need the Overclock perk, which will allow you to take advantage of the free-for-all and TDM specialist meter bonuses. In Tier 2, you need Fast Hands to take advantage of Quick Draw. You should never run the Quick Draw attachment without the Fast Hands perk. I also ran Scavenger, just to replenish your C4 should someone blow it up. Dead Silence and Awareness will help you in every scenario I've discussed. And that, as they say, is that. If you found yourself struggling to get double kills, definitely give my C4 tactic a try. Any of the outlined tactics in this video should also help you achieve Outrider's Hero Head as well. By understanding what needs to be done in order to successfully register a tag and bag kill, you should be well on your way to achieving 4 kills in a single match. Vision is the art of seeing the invisible, so rev up your pulse, prep your C4 sandwich, and deliver the Red Death to those unsuspecting foes. You may even finish 2 double kills or all 4 vision pulses in a single blow.